Yo, what is going on, my husbandos and waifus? My name is HERMSAUR. Welcome to another review for you guys. Today we're going to review My Hero Academia Heroes Rising, the movie. It's been a long time since I reviewed a movie, in particular a My Hero Academia movie. It's been 2 years since the first My Hero Academia movie that I gave high praise to, and it was one of those movies I was really excited to watch because my expectations for anime movies is really low. So coming into this, my expectations of a My Hero Academia movie was really high, considering that a lot of my friends that went to the premiere who were very confused why I didn't go to the premiere because Funimation did not invite me. For the most part, I had a very high expectations for this movie, and I wanted to see what all the hubbub was about. I watched it with my friend Cry. You guys know him, one of my best friends on the internet as well as real life, and I sat down and watched the movie, and I did take some notes. Now, just so you guys know, this is going to be spoiler free, so if you guys have not yet seen the movie, do not worry, I'm not going to spoil it for you. Just enjoy the review. It's going to be a little bit biased. It has some bias and unbiased. As you guys know, My Hero Academia is one of my favorite anime series of all time. You know, of course, I'm going to have some feelsies to it, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that I want to say about it. So first of all, let's talk about the dialogue. The dialogue for this anime is very fitting to all the characters. They all play their proper roles, but with that, the dialogue is very simplistic. At least with the main characters, everything is said what is needed to say. Everything is expected as every character is to be expected, which makes this story of the movie very predictable and linear. I was able to tell when things were going to happen. I was able to know when things were going to happen. There were a few surprises here and there, but for the most part, it was a very predictable movie from what the characters were going to say, from what even the side characters, even the extras that were showing up, side characters that played an important role, we knew exactly what they were going to say. Because of how the dialogue went and how linear the story is and how straightforward it is, you knew what was going to happen. But for a lot of the times, especially when it came to Deku and Bakugo, those were very surprising. A lot of the moments with those two when they were together, very surprising. I mean, conversation wasn't surprising, but the events that have turned during those moments were very surprising. But sometimes they weren't. Sometimes you're able to predict it, but most of the movie is very predictable. One of my favorite parts about this movie is that every character played a major role. Every student from 1A was important, extremely important. They all played a role that was fitting to them and that was important to how everything was going to play out. Unlike the first movie where it was only really focused on Deku, this one was focused on everybody. Everyone was important, and I loved it, from Mineta, from Sato, to fucking Koda. And you know what? Ojiro played a role, guys. The best boy. Ojiro played a role, which made me so happy. I was like, when I saw him, I was like, oh, it's Ojiro. Leave me alone, man. Ojiro for One's Justice 2, please. If they put him in there, I'm gonna be so fucking happy. I'm gonna main him somehow. But every character played a role phenomenal. The animation was phenomenal. I could see why the overhaul fight was kind of dumbed down a little bit because of this one. At the same time, I feel like they should have done better at the overhaul arc, but I could see why they've put so much emphasis onto this movie because it's a movie. The movie has a higher budget, so of course they're going to put more focus onto the movie. They still should have done stuff on the overhaul arc. I'm still going to complain a little bit about that, but I still think the animation for this movie was really good, very deserving. My Hero Academia always has great animation in their movies, especially regarding their first one out, so I expected some god tier animations, especially when it came to the final fight. Even when it wasn't the final fight, even when it was just the mid fight, the before fights, there was still a lot of things to look at. It was very eye-gasmy. There was a lot of eye candy, animation candy, whatever you call it, but there was a lot to look at, and the colors are great. I have a question though. HERMSAUR has a question. I'm not going to tell you why, because this is spoiler free. Okay, a lot of this was focused after the Gentle and La Brava arc. So I'm wondering why they did that. So if you're planning to see this movie, but after it comes out on theaters, that's great. But then what this does is, like, Deku has a different outfit or some different fittings, and some characters are shown in there that you won't even know who the fuck they are. It's because it's based off of after the Gentle and La Brava. It's a lot of things that are explained a little bit after, but it'll make sense later on. What this movie gave you is questions for people who are anime only, but it's a lot of like surprises for people who are manga readers, because you're gonna see things you're just like, oh wow, they're actually showing them in the movie. Even for some of us manga readers, like, who the fuck are these characters? You'll understand when you see it, especially if you're a manga reader, but you're gonna just be like, what the fuck, who Who? I guess the thing is that this movie is canon. So Horikoshi, what he does with these movies is he makes it in canon filler. So it's in between. So I'm assuming, well, it looks like this is after the Gentle and La Brava arc, right after the school festival. That's what it's based off of, I'm assuming, and that's why I was very curious about Deku's outfit attire. And just the ending of the movie was very surprising to me. How everything transferred after, if you guys know what I mean from that, if you're watching it, I kind of felt like it was a weird cop-out that I did not personally understand. But overall, the movie was cool. I would give the movie like a strong 8 out of 10. It's really good. It's a really good anime movie, considering that anime movies usually are like, they're okay, especially if it's not something that was written in the manga or it's not a recap of like the anime. But it was really good. It's really, really enjoyable. Did my hype, was the expectation reached? No, to be honest. Everyone was giving it a 9 out of 10, a 10 out of 10. Even, you know, when I first watched the movie, I gave it a dear close 10 out of 10 because I didn't know what to go into it expecting it, because I went in with low expectations and I was brought something that was completely different. But this one, I give it like a strong 8 out of 10. It was very fan servicey, where it gave My Hero Academia fans everything that they would want. The only thing that was mind-blowing about it was moments of Deku and Bakugo. That's it. The enemies were kind of cool, but other than that, it was okay. It was everything that I expected and nothing more, which is a good thing. It was a good thing. I gave it a pretty decent score. If you're planning to watch it, by all means, enjoy it. It's going to be a fun ride for all of you. I know a lot of anime only are gonna, a lot of people, especially if they love the My Hero Academia series, are going to love it. If you guys are wondering if you should watch this movie, if you have not watched the series at all, don't watch it. Watch the series first. I don't know why people who don't watch My Hero Academia are like, can I watch the movie still? Why would you want to watch the movie if you have not watched the series? You should watch the series, obviously. Anyways, guys, that is my review for My Hero Academia. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys go and drop a like for me because that helped me a lot. Subscribe. Don't forget to click that notification bell, my boys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.